everyone, my name's Shivani. If you didn't know already from my channel, I'm blind, so look closely and you might be able to see some that I can't actually see. I sometimes show that I have blind tendencies, sometimes. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that people ask me all the time, how I do things, and one of those things is how do I do things in the house, specifically ironing. Not everybody loves ironing, and I'm definitely one of those people who hates ironing. Have tried looking at different ways of doing things, but I will always look for the simple and easy answer. I have tried a few different things. One of them, which my mother would attest to, is probably finding clothes you don't have to iron. I hate ironing that much. However, although my clothes, some of them, are a lot easier and don't need ironing because that's how they sell them, I have my husband's clothes that need ironing. His shirts for work, or jeans, or t-shirts, they just need ironing that bit more. So I've tried many different things. I hate using the iron. I've tried using a little handheld steam iron, and I have recently been given, thanks again to my mum and my dad, also a new thing, which is a steam generator iron, which is recommended to me to say that that was a lot easier to use. And admittedly, it has been. I have been using this iron that my husband had, and he's actually had this for 14 years. I really hate this thing. Look how old this thing is. Look how many times something has been burnt on, because the settings on this is just not working. It takes ages to heat up. Sometimes we've even had a bottle as a spray just for the purpose of water, because the steam in this doesn't work anymore. It's just old. I mean, technology has moved on since this very ugly old thing. Although it did a good job, I have to admit. He's obviously used it for so long that it lasted. And it still works, it's just, I hate this thing. I really hate this thing. I really do. It's just difficult doing his shirts. In the end, there are points where he will probably just say to me, "Don't worry, babe, I'll do it for you," because he knows how much I hate this stupid iron. It's too difficult. We did actually buy a very small handheld, and I mean it's about this big. It is the purpose of a travel steam iron. We did get that for the destination wedding that we had in India, and it did come in useful. It did actually steam iron some of the clothes, and also when we went to Egypt, because I had pre-packed my honeymoon suitcase, we were able to have things packed away, and then when we got there we were able to use this little handheld steam generator, or steamer thing. The only problem that I find is that I can't use that steamer without someone sighted being around. The reason being is that I can't see how much of water is being poured in, and whether it's over the level or under the level. And just like a kettle, if you pour too much in it and it starts boiling, it will bubble over, so it becomes dangerous. Or I haven't put enough in. What I'm worried about is this steam iron blowing up in my face while I'm on holiday and on my honeymoon. So I find it very difficult to use the little handheld steamer. I haven't really found a need to want to go and get a different one of a handheld one. That does the job when we're on holiday together, so it works, but it's just not my favourite thing. But for the very last month that this year, so as part of our Diwali gift, #adulting, I was asking for something that was useful, because my parents wanted to make sure that we had something that we would actually use. And I said to them, well, I would like a steam generator iron. Someone had recommended that it makes their life easy. They do so much ironing all the time, and then that just let them whip through a bit. And once she'd used the steam generator once, she never bought a different type of iron. So every time one broke, obviously everything has a life, but once it broke she would always get another one. And that is exactly what my mum and dad got for us for this year's Diwali. And I kid you not, when I say #adulting, I mean it. Just like a child at Christmas, when you get a gift, within 20 minutes of coming home, we unpacked this bad boy and we tested this thing. That's how much we liked it. So this is I would tell you what it says on there, but I'm proving I'm blind. I can't actually read that. I think it was like, what was it? It is a Baldro. I think that's what it says. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the steam generator iron. I will show you the actual iron shortly. But it is, I have to admit, the easiest thing I have used. I think you can actually get bigger ones than this because it has a reservoir. So this is the reservoir at the bottom, and also it has a clip at the front, and it also has, it's actually very tactile. So this is the steam iron. I love this thing because it is actually, as I said, very tactile. There is this clip on the front, so it makes sure that it's nice and secure, if you can see me pointing right at the front. So the iron is always on here. The other thing that I like about it is to actually put water into the reservoir, to unclick the box at the very front, which is actually underneath this clip. It's very easy to pull out. It's quite a significant surface area, so you know, you can really, you'd know if you overfill it, and actually you know if it's underfull. So it's kind of half transparent, so for the eyesight that I do have, this actually works quite nicely, and it clips back in comfortably, and because it's a loud click as it goes back in, I quite like that, so I know that it's safely in. I also like the fact that with this iron, the one thing that I hate about the old irons is that what do you do with this thing? What do you do with the plug? Because you are forever wrapping it around, and in fact you get these knots, and I think that's actually caused damage over years. However, with the steam generator iron that we have, because the reservoir is so big as a tank, and in fact the iron sits on top of that reservoir, what they've done is you can wrap the wire around and actually tuck in, which is here, you can tuck the plug in. So for me, I really, really like that it's a whole unit by itself, and I'm not going to trip over it. Well, okay, I might trip over it, but at least it's a lot more contained than it previously was. The other thing that I really like about this iron, now she says that I can unclip it, but I got right now, obviously on camera, I can't unclip it. Wait a minute. Blooper. Ow. Oh my god, I can't unclip it because I'm trying to do a video. So my husband's going to be laughing at me when he sees this video. Okay, it probably would help if I unclipped it from the right place. So there is this clip at the very front. It's very small. I quite like the fact it's small. And in here, this button is where the generator is. Or for the steam. The other thing that I also like is this. When you turn it on, it actually is quite a bright blue light, and it's quite contrasting to the colours that are around. So I know that this is on, obviously apart from the heat, but I know that this is on. So if my husband has used the steam generator and hasn't managed to tell me that it's on because he's still using it and he's walked away, then I know it's on because of this light. I also like the fact that you not only can use it as a typical steam iron by using it as you normally would with a shirt. I also like the fact that with his shirts, as someone told me recently, the back, underneath the collar and between the shoulder blades is apparently called the yoke of a shirt. So I hate ironing that part. Now, I find that difficult and I will try my best to do it. But the steam generator of this is that good that when I put the shirt on a hanger and I hang it up, I can use this like I would any other handheld steamer. So for me, ironing becomes so much easier than it has before because I can use this in two different ways. I'm all about making my life a lot easier. I'm all about finding a way that makes life simple for me. I am still going to be washing my clothes and ironing. I still need to do those things, and I still need to do those things for my husband. If he's not able to do it, I will do it. So I'm all about finding something easy. If there is anything else out there that anybody else can suggest that makes a blind person or anybody's life easier, where you can use the least sight possible to be able to do something, then please tell me. I'm happy to try anything. I'm happy to test anything to see actually if it's true or not. But I recommend, if you are partially sighted or if you are blind and you just know you have to do these things by yourself, then I would recommend a steam generator iron, because it has just made my life so much easier and so much quicker. On the weekend I had a full load of washing, and I normally would sit down and think, okay, that'll take me a good hour, maybe 2, to do all of that ironing. I had a whole week's worth of washing to do, ironing to do, and actually it took me probably 30-40 minutes. And in fact, I even shouted up the stairs, babe, do you need anything else ironed while I'm sat here? And I had done it all. So I really was a big time saver, and I am grateful that I was given this advice. I am grateful that my parents bought me this for me and my husband to use, and it has been a big old lifesaver. So if you are blind and you are looking for an option that is not paying someone to do it for you, which did cross my mind at one point. That's how much I hate ironing. But if it does cross your mind and you want to do it yourself, I would personally recommend using a steam generator iron. Blind people don't mean that you can't do nothing. You can do things, and this is one of the things to help me. So if you really want my advice, then drop me a message to see if there's anything else that I could suggest, or if I've come across that experience, or maybe you can share your experience with me. Then comment on the below buttons. If you like this video, then subscribe. I can always do more videos. Please let me know. But yeah, I'm blind, I iron, and I like this thing. Bye!